start anytime.
Good afternoon. We're here today to talk to you about finding a project, Lift Gifting. My name's David, this is Hani, Oliver, Brannock and Yaz. So this presentation will take the format as outlined here on the right. We'll give you a brief description of Lift Gifting and about the project and the company itself. We'll run through our main objectives, how we're going to meet the objectives, and then give a brief summary of what we expect to achieve this year. So Lift Gifting's background. Lift Gifting was a project we undertook last year as a part of our entrepreneurship studies. We managed to seek investment from GoCompare, which allowed us to bring that forward, bring the project into this year as part of our final year project. We're a project, as you can see here, that are trying to develop a range of gifts, e-commerce based gifts to send out to customers. We feel the project's important. There's a lot of emphasis in the Welsh Government at the moment to increase entrepreneurship in youths like ourselves. They have a youth entrepreneurship strategy run from 2015 to 2020 where they're just trying to increase engagement, and we feel it's quite important work that we're doing by starting up this small enterprise. So in September, obviously, we had to do that transition from last year into this year. So before we did that, we just conducted a review about the project and tried to identify some key strengths and some key weaknesses. So we mainly focused on the weaknesses because that's where we wanted to develop our business further, trying to find that kind of increase the performance. So we found some weaknesses of a low profit margin on the product, a high price to pay for the customer, or a price that it was more than the customer was willing to pay. Difficulty in sourcing cost-effective gifts to put within the boxes. Weak website SEO, which meant that our customers couldn't find us very well online. And slow market reactivity. So for example, Christmas, Easter, we found it difficult to actually hit those markets in time. So from those weaknesses there, we developed these 4 key objectives which we've been working towards this term, or last term. So the first was to increase the profit margins from under 10% to 30%. The second was to carry out market research and produce a new product range. The third was to have 2 products within that range and have those products ready to go at a certain time of year that we needed them to hit the markets. And the fourth aim was to increase the website management and the website SEO, which we found easier.
So with our first objective of the cost, after analysing our products from last year, we found that our profit margin was too small and that the cost of sales were too high, so we weren't really making much money at all. So in order to move forward from this, we considered a variety of steps. So firstly, we looked at alternative suppliers. We did this by going into various stores as well as looking online. However, we found that we already had the lowest price possible for our product, so this wasn't a very viable option. Secondly, we considered diversifying the business model. So we looked at an example of dropshipping, however, we quickly dismissed this due to limited market access. We also researched potential product ranges, for example, the Welsh gift box and also a student box. And finally, we carried out market research to see if these products would be viable in the market.
So market research. So we looked into academic studies regarding customers' perceived value, and what we found was that our perceived value of the boxes could be completely different to our customers, so it was important for us that we actually gained more knowledge of what the customers actually wanted, because if we understood their needs more than our own needs, we would get more sales within the boxes. So we therefore decided to actually undertake some market research into what the customers wanted. So we did this through what they actually wanted from the boxes, what they liked about the boxes, what they didn't like about the boxes, and actually how much they would want to pay for the boxes, because once we got this understanding, we'd be able to move on to make a better box that would hopefully get more sales. So from this, we decided to start the idea of the Welsh themed box. So with the main target audience being students and families, we decided this idea would be really good because we could hit the open days where we wouldn't have to pay any market fees, pitch fees to do it in the general towns. With the university, we'd be able to make and maximise our products. So that was the main idea behind that. So to do this, we went to local markets around Swansea and the town centre, and what we found was that many of the local Welsh products were actually quite expensive. So they ranged from about £5 to £8 for jams and chutneys, and where they were perishable, it was too expensive for us to do this, because if we didn't make many sales, we'd actually be losing profits. So we decided to look online and we found a similar occurrence. For example, Valley Mill sell local candles online, but they did range from about £17.95 to about £20. Therefore, this wouldn't hit our target audience because it would be too expensive for one product within the box, and other alternative cheap stores such as like Poundland or B&M didn't have the local products that we wanted, and the products didn't really look up to the standard of the box, so we decided to actually scrap this idea and move on to looking at different market research.
We went around the university asking 3 questions about our old boxes and 3 questions about our current boxes. So the first 3 questions are about our old boxes, the second 3 questions are about our current ones, box ideas. So the first question I was asked was, what was your opinion on the boxes? Over 70% of respondents said they thought they were okay. So this meant there was more room for improvement. The second question asked was, what can we do differently to make the boxes more appealing? The most common answers were add more products, more personalisation, print the personalised message instead of being handwritten, and create a range for men as well as women. The third question asked was, how much do you think the box is worth? The average response was £10 to £12, but our old boxes were priced at £17.50. So this showed us that we need to reduce the price of our boxes. In the second half of the survey, the customers were asked, would you rather have a set range of items, or would you be able to choose from a list of items? 98% of respondents said that they would rather choose their items rather than have a set list of items. The next question that was asked was, what do you think about the boxes for parents and friends to send to their child or friend at university? 56% said they really liked this idea, and 34% said they liked this idea. So this showed that this could be a feasible idea. Lastly, the question was asked, what items would you like to see in these boxes? Common answers were stationery, toiletries, a treats box, and a variety of useful university essentials. We ended up choosing stationery as our idea, as that was one of the most common answers from the survey. 50 people answered this survey.
So we attended open days that were held by the university. The first one we attended was in November. One of the main reasons for attending this was to increase brand awareness. So there are various individuals there, including academic staff as well as potential students and their parents. We spoke to as many people as possible and handed out our business cards to everyone so that they would have a chance to go on our website. As well as this, we had a QR code where individuals could scan it, and it would give them direct links to our website, our Facebook page and our Instagram page. One of the main objectives was to gain feedback on our original boxes. We asked people what they liked, disliked and what price they would pay. And we found out that they were willing to pay a lot less than what they were originally priced at. So as many of our products in these boxes are perishable, such as the chocolates and the bath bombs, we decided to hold a sale of these boxes, as otherwise we wouldn't be able to sell them at all. As well as this, we gained feedback on future product ideas. For example, we suggested the Welsh themed box as well as the budget revision box. We gained really positive feedback about the budget revision box, and a member of academic staff approached us and stated that we should approach the wellbeing department as they have a budget for investing in these sorts of things. Due to the success of the first open day, we then attended a second open day on Saturday. During this open day, we sold 3 of our original product range, which are on sale, as well as a further 9 later that day. We believe that these further sales were due to our increased brand awareness and market presence from handing out our business cards and chatting to as many people as possible. So, after carrying out our market research, we decided on 2 key next steps. Firstly, to develop our budget revision box and approach the wellbeing department. And secondly, to develop our student box, which will be targeted at parents to purchase for their children at university.
So we decided to do a budget revision box to sell in person and online to students to give us the best market access. We researched into products and prices. There was when we ordered samples, only one sample, we were happy with them except for one sample which we decided to take out of the box because it didn't meet our standards. We emailed Wellbeing to try and organise a meeting to see if we can try and sell them some boxes, but they did not respond. So now what we've done is we've ordered more stock and we've emailed Wellbeing again, which we've now had a response from them.
so the student box. This box is obviously aimed at parents. So the idea behind the student box came after doing the first open day, and parents actually really liked the idea of our boxes and suggested to us that it would be a great idea if they could actually send their children these boxes. So what we've decided to do, we've decided to create a new range which would be student essential products that would actually help students during times of difficulty. That might be stress with coursework or exams, or just the adjustment of university life. So this box would be similar to the first lift box, however it would be different because the products would be different slightly. For example, it would include university essentials. This could be stationery, it could be tea towels, it could be like earphones, any of those sorts of things that students would find helpful when starting uni. So we wanted to actually make this product a lot cheaper because the parents said they would only really want to pay about up to £10 for the box. So this was obviously hard to try and find, but after extensive research we've managed to find a range of products that would suit this box, and this will be our main focus this term.
Okay, so website and search engine optimization. What is SEO? So SEO is a process of optimizing your website and web pages to gain free organic traffic from search engines. So 90% of internet traffic comes through search engines such as Google and Yahoo. It's really important as a local e-commerce business that we utilise these search engines. So advantages: better search engine rankings, it boosts traffic, increases awareness, and increases business visibility for Lift. So building an SEO-friendly website. So SEO is an ongoing process. Most organisations have teams of people working on SEO constantly. Going into this year with Lift, I didn't know much about SEO, but luckily we're hosted on Wix. Wix has their own SEO tools and SEO Whiz, they call it, which kind of helps you identify keywords. So as you can see here, our keywords that we've targeted for this site is gifts for students, student presents, and gift boxes down at the bottom there. We've put these keywords across the site, we've improved the descriptions, so Google can rank us a bit better. So hopefully we can get ranked at the top of the page. So content creation and copywriting. As we have this new revision box coming out, we had to do some SEO research. Here we have some keywords related to revision. So for example, revision timetable has 6,500 SEO searches a month. So if we could write a blog post about revision and the benefits of revision, how to revise, we could increase our awareness and we can get clicks. So the process of getting clicks will increase our traffic through our site, and then we can convert those clicks into sales later on. So SEO progress. At the start of the year, when you typed in Lift gifting, we're either at the bottom of the page or on the second page. And people don't want to be scrolling down to the bottom or going to the second page because they can't find what they can't find Lift gifting. So we improved this by improving meta descriptions, by looking at what keywords our competitors are using, and improving HTML tags. So this is what it looks like when you type in Lift gifting now. Our website is first, our Facebook page is second, another Facebook link to our Facebook page, and then Oliver right at the bottom there. So if you have any complaints, you can find them easy. So SEO competitor analysis. These are our 4 main competitors within our niche. It's really important to look at what keywords they're using, because when you're competing in a niche, it's important to use their keywords, because if you use broad keywords when doing SEO management, you're competing with the likes of Amazon and other big companies such as Next and Debenhams. So here's our competitive positioning map. You can see here on the top right hand corner, Bear Hug Gifts. They have over just under 2,000 keywords across their site. This is because they have a blog on their site and they use a lot of keywords related to gifts. You can see Happy Box London using quite a lot of keywords but not getting as much traffic, so maybe they haven't utilised this properly. I'd say we're at bottom left hand corner at the moment, but this semester will be about increasing our keywords across the site and increasing organic traffic.
So we have various objectives that we want to achieve within the next few months. Firstly, we will continue to sell our original boxes on sale. After the success of the weekend, we actually only have 1 box left to sell, and we're hoping to sell this within the next week or 2. It's As well as this, we want to focus on developing our new product range. So with the budget revision box, we recently ordered enough stock to make 20 budget revision boxes. With this, we will be contacting the Wellbeing Department again, as well as hoping to hold a stall in SOM once a week. Secondly, with the student box, we want to finalise our products within the next couple of weeks in order to start creating the prototype. We'd also like to invite you to our launch, which will be held on the 10th of February at 4 till 6 p.m. During this, you'll be able to see what we have been up to, and also it's an opportunity for us to gain feedback. Finally, we will continue to develop our social media, website and SEOs. We will also be creating a blog to put up on our website. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
15 minutes, 26 seconds. It's pretty close. Right, relax. Relax. Okay. How are you feeling?
Okay.
What's your group number again? Remind me.
45.
45. Okay. So, bit of feedback before we go into the questions. Okay. Really, really good. Nerves. Okay. I know you were nervous. Okay, but it didn't come across. Came across really, really well. Okay, you weren't using any prompts. Oliver, I know you had your cards there with you, but you didn't use them.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So, in terms of the presentation and the way that it went, absolutely no issues at all with that at all. Okay. So, questions. Biggest challenge that you faced so far this year?
I would say biggest challenge and continuing biggest challenge is still the cost, I would say. It's still very difficult to find the products at the price where they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely our biggest challenge.
Okay. And how are you looking to overcome that?
I'll answer it, I don't
Yeah.
mind. Basically we changed, as we said, we diversified it from tackling the student, who is more likely to have less disposable income, and we're now tackling the parents, who are likely to have more disposable income, and more willingness to pay a higher price, and hopefully, you know, that would mean that we can charge a bit of a higher price to them, and we can hit that profit margin then.
And we're
With the same
putting
product.
some more basic items in our second box, such as like tea towels and things, which generally are cheaper than bath bombs and like some more luxury items that we had in our first box the first time around.
Okay. And we're talking about marketing and the challenges that you've actually had marketing it. So, search engine optimization, how that's all going, but more the traditional type of marketing. Okay.
So,
How are you going to overcome that?
So we're going to start with, well, we've emailed the media suite to try and make a promotional video. We're going to do Facebook and Instagram advertising again, and we're
Yeah.
going to try and set up a weekly stall in the School of Management
Okay.
to try push the sales of the revision boxes, as well as doing the launch event.
Great.
And then we've got other ideas which we're sort of getting on to.
Okay. That's it, guys. All right.